fixin' for another big game. It's the coach. You're watching Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see running back Joe Mixon coming off a 100-yard performance a week ago, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Denver Broncos. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
5 down, 185, 5-2. Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
Tight dog, tight dog.
Carr now on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Yo, Chief.
From the gun, it's Carr. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Got what they need.
Now, 280.
51.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
On second down, a run with Lindsay. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL. Good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Nice, sweetheart.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. Aguilar has it.
All day, baby, all day.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Lindsay, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Come on now,
a 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make.
First and 10.
It's a hot, 52.
On first down, right back to Lindsay. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Check 50, check 50.
This quick pass complete to Sutton. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Switch up, switch up. No, off.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's caught by Aguilar. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
A look at the numbers for Aguilar a week ago. 6 catches, 103 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward.
Now it's Lindsey. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Watch the flat. Watch the flat. Watch the flat. Watch the flat. Motion.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
The point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and it's not. That tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
A pretty big opening there on first down. 8 yards up to the 33. The numbers for Mixon last week. 11 carries, 116 yards, and a trip to the end zone.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Double tight, double tight. Double tight. Alert, alert.
Now Joe Mixon.
Run.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And a look now at the Cincinnati offense.
Out of the backfield is Joe Mixon, and he was a valuable commodity coming out of the University of Oklahoma because of his ability to be so versatile. Can run it inside with power, gets to the perimeter and can outrun people, catches the ball not only out of the backfield, but you can split him out just like he would be a receiver. And I think if he wanted to dedicate himself, he'd be an all-pro kick returner.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them.
You don't want no problem.
Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Ready? 15, 1, 15, 1.
That QB's trash. Let's go.
Off the play fake. Jones. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I'm
coming back. I'm coming
I
back.
spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That's it, baby.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. No room to be had there on the 1st down run, as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Broncos 7, Bengals nothing.
Down. 185.
52's the mic.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
On 2nd down. It's Black. Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter, because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And able to get it across the 10 to the 15.
Here we go again.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football. Caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
Give them 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
52's the mic, boys. 52.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
On play action. Now Carr. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. This is the tight end Fant. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I know you built that one.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Carr to throw. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
Nice catch right there. It brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Watch the run.
Under 10. Under 10.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. And the pressure gets to him again. Jerry Tillery in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16. And that looked like some pretty got.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Chase, Sam on.
On 3rd down, Long. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20.
Okay, baby, let's go.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Ready. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're fine.
And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Ready.
Off play action, Jones. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On the set.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46.
Check 26,
They'll try the left side. Long. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was cradled in the backfield.
It's really interesting to look at this play later because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked him down in a hurry.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Short of the first. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range?
We got
That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. Nelson Aguilar and company getting set to go again on offense now. They've got the lead. They haven't really had to utilize him all that much so far, but I guess if you're winning on the scoreboard, not too much to complain about.
Not at all, but you know those guys out wide, they want as many catches as they can possibly get. They may need him later on if things get a little tighter.
Yeah, so far 2 catches. We'll see what happens here as the game progresses. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Screen pass to Lindsey. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On first down, Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. A little check down to Lindsey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, we're good.
Again, it's Carr. Completes it to Aguilar. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Returnable for Grant. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field.
Baby, let's go. Get excited.
We'll step
Let's
aside
go.
and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Got it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it when
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. And from the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes.
Here we go.
Trying to put him on the ground.
Here we go.
A big play there just before halftime. 59 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And he's got it. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we've hit halftime. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll keep it on the ground. It's long. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now Jones on third down. Open man there is Malone. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Bring it up.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's just me and you.
Now Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh,
Mike's
the
5-4,
killer
Mike's
for them.
5-4.
Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
And they'll get this down to the 10. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Yeah, baby.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Jones now going to throw on 3rd and goal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for them.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the
Young
good
Trip
old days.
is here, baby. Young
A
Trip
good
is
pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Let's
Line
go,
of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now they'll try the jet sweep here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
He wasn't ready.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a
Check
3rd down.
52's to Mike. Check 52's to Mike. In your face.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it.
You see me out here? That's right.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Get ready. Get ready.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
That good for 22 and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
You must be General West. See elite.
Check 52.
Big edge, big edge, big edge.
Now.
They'll try the left side. It's long. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. On 2nd and a yard. Jones to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's 3rd and short. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Throwing Jones.
Here I come.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now Carr. And that is incomplete.
Forced to the ground and incomplete.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 points?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tough.
Mixon with it. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Go now. 18 Gator.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
You don't want none of that. Get it. Pick up the ball.
Alert, alert.
Check.
Hey, lock it.
Check. Shift.
Let's go.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big Cincinnati, and even 50 yards. With that last effort, he has reached now 10,000 career rushing yards. Congratulations.
Big-time congratulations. That also means that his publicist can make sure all the information gets to every voter out there who has a say in the Hall of Fame. Fashioning together a heck of a resume.
They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run with Mixon.
Shift. Watch the shift.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Ready? I know he ain't got it.
Carr now on 1st down. That escapes the sack. It's complete left side to Aguilar. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Mike 52,
They'll come
Mike
up
52.
now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Mike 52. Bound to lose 1.
Now Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Let's go, baby.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty excited about. The big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
Get him, boy!
Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Broncos on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Carr. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Let's go, boys. Bring it
Play
on.
goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
56.
56. Hey, pick your game up. Jack.
Hands up.
On first down, Black. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Watch the pass.
Looking to throw on second down. Carr. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
This is taken near the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Game offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Still first down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. First and 15.
Back and go full strength.
Jones, off play action. Able to find Shaheen here. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Man up, D. Man up, D.
This is Mixon. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Keep playing hard.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Bang! Out! Bang! 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 Ready?
They'll run on first down. It's long. Down to 30 after a gain of 3.
Woo! You got him! You got him! Ha-ha! You got him!
I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll keep it on the ground. It's long. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
On the ready.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Heavy on the edges, heavy.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's brought down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And they will take a knee here. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. And they take a knee.
Jones on the keeper.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Kill.
They'll try to run this one in. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
Makes the score.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll put it out to the 25. So Derek Carr in the offense. Down by 8, 23 seconds to go. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a 1st down. Back to throw, Carr. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
Carr's pass.
You know it. What's my name?
Ready. 50, plant. Check. Watch 54. You scared? Hit it.
Down to a knee goes Jones, and that should just about seal it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bengals, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home